In his final ever appearance at the historic Dundrod circuit, Joey Dunlop pulled off one of the greatest victories in his whole career. This is the Ulster Grand Prix 1999. Now obviously Joey Dunlop needs no introduction, arguably the greatest road racer of all time and a winner 24 times here on the Dundrod circuit. His main rival in this race was the up-and-coming David Jefferies, who was having the year of his life. A treble at the Northwest 200, a treble at the Isle of Man TT, and looking to continue that form in the last big event of the year here at the Ulster Grand Prix. The bikes that they rode were a reflection of the riders themselves. Joey was on the ageing Honda RC45, a proven race winner, but rule changes and new technologies meant that it was at the end of its competitive cycle. Few could see how it could possibly compete against the all-seeing, all-dancing, modern superbike that was the Yamaha R1. 1999 was the debut season for the R1, and it was already proving its race credentials, with David Jefferies winning both superbike races at the Northwest 200 that year, including setting a new outright lap record with an average speed of 122 miles per hour. Just to prove it wasn't all about the bike, Jefferies also picked up a win in the 600cc race on a Yamaha R6. And it was a similar story at that year's TT, with Jefferies winning the Formula 1 TT, the Production TT and the Senior TT all in 1999, including 2 new lap records for the Formula 1 and the Production TT. Joey gave it absolutely everything he had, including setting a new personal best around the Isle of Man TT circuit, but it still wasn't enough to beat the new all-conquering Yamaha R1. It truly was the end of an era, with out with the old and in with the new applying to both man and machine. With the first superbike race already in the bag for Jefferies and Yamaha, and perhaps a little bit of egging on from the press, word spread across the paddock that a confident Jefferies had described Joey and his ageing RC45 as past it and no longer competitive. But, as many had learned before, you could never underestimate Joey Dunlop, and this jibe was all the motivation he needed. Early on in the race, the Yamahas showed their pace, going straight to the front, but it wasn't long before Joey managed to squeeze his way in between the 2 leading bikes.
Gary Knight and accelerating away as well. Joey split them. Joey's in 2. Second place. What a ride from Joey Dunlop. Really, this is commitment now. And just look at the crowd. They're committed to supporting Joey Dunlop as well. And Joey Dunlop making that RC45.
He put on a masterclass, using all his experience of 24 victories around the Dundrod circuit to get in front of the leading Yamaha and then stay there against relentless attacks over and over again, almost into every corner. The Yamahas would close up in the straights, get right behind Joey, but he just would not let them pass.
Behind Dunlop onto the flying kilo. Oh, the bike sounds beautiful. Through the left-hander, Joey Dunlop on the RC45 Honda leads the 3 big ones from Derby.
As the race progressed, the crowds realised that they were witnessing something truly special. Towards the end of his career, Joey had migrated towards smaller bikes to keep his success going. His ageing body, racked through a lifetime of road racing and the associated injuries, just no longer capable of throwing the big heavy superbike machines around a circuit like Dundrod. But on this magical day, Joey was able to reach down deep within and just give that little bit more. To give the iconic RC45 one last hurrah, and to remind the world that he was and is the greatest road racer of all time. Despite relentless pressure, Joey was able to hold off the R1s through the final few corners and cross the finish line victorious to send the crowds into raptures. Joey Dunlop, winner, Superbike race, Ulster Grand Prix, 1999.
Oh, not getting any easier.
This was the last time Joey ever raced at the Dundrod circuit. Unfortunately, the following year, he passed away following a high-speed accident at a road racing circuit in Estonia. David Jefferies went on to win a total of 9 TTs and is the only rider to have 3 consecutive hat-tricks on the Isle of Man course. He set or equalled multiple class and race records during his hat-trick years and was widely regarded as the fastest man in the mountain course in his era. David's career was sadly cut short when he passed away following a high-speed accident during practice for the 2003 Isle of Man TT. We can only guess at what he might have achieved over his career, but he had already proven that he really was one of road racing's true greats.